Ever wondered how one of the world's most iconic supercar brands was born out of a fit of rage? Imagine being told you're not good enough, that your passion is misplaced. For Ferruccio Lamborghini, that insult didn't just sting, it ignited a fire that would forever change automotive history. In the vibrant spring of 1963, a man of considerable wealth and mechanical genius, Ferruccio Lamborghini, sought an audience with the legendary Enzo Ferrari. Ferruccio, a self-made industrialist who had amassed a fortune building robust tractors, was a devoted Ferrari owner. He loved the speed and prestige, yet a persistent flaw plagued his prized vehicles: the clutch. As a gifted engineer with an intimate understanding of machinery, Ferruccio had not only identified the problem, but also its root cause. Ferrari, he discovered, was using clutch components identical to those found in his own agricultural machinery, components he knew were simply not robust enough for high-performance sports cars. He believed he had a solution, a simple suggestion to improve Ferrari's already impressive machines. What transpired next would become the stuff of legend, a pivotal moment that set two titans on a collision course. Enzo Ferrari, the imperious patriarch of Italian motorsport, known for his fiery temperament and unwavering belief in his own genius, met Ferruccio's constructive criticism with undisguised contempt. His response was a dismissive, cutting remark that echoed through the halls of Maranello. "The problem is not with the car," Ferrari reportedly sneered, his words dripping with disdain, "but with the driver. You're used to driving tractors, not sports cars. Leave the sports cars to those who know how to drive them." This wasn't just a rejection, it was a personal attack, questioning Ferruccio's competence and his very right to own such a vehicle. For most men, such a public humiliation might have caused a brief sting before fading into memory. But Ferruccio Lamborghini was not most men. Born in 1916 into a family of grape farmers in the rural province of Ferrara, his destiny was never to toil in the fields. From a young age, his hands were drawn to engines, his mind captivated by the intricate workings of machines. His youth was spent rebuilding engines, dreaming of mechanical marvels far beyond the simple farm equipment of his upbringing. This innate talent for engineering was further honed during World War II, where he served as a mechanic in the Italian Royal Air Force. Stationed on the island of Rhodes, he became legendary for his uncanny ability to repair vehicles, often fabricating parts from whatever scraps he could scavenge. When the war finally ended and he returned to a devastated Italy, Ferruccio did not revert to farming. Instead, he saw opportunity in the ruins, beginning his entrepreneurial journey by building tractors from surplus military hardware. His ingenuity and relentless work ethic paid off handsomely. By 1963, Lamborghini Trattori had grown into one of Italy's largest and most successful agricultural equipment manufacturers. Ferruccio had become wealthy beyond his wildest childhood dreams, affluent enough to indulge his burgeoning passion for fast, luxurious cars. His personal collection was a testament to his success, boasting not only several Ferraris, but also prestigious Mercedes-Benz and Maserati models. Yet, despite his immense achievements, Ferrari's arrogant dismissal cut deeper than any business setback he had ever encountered. Here was a man who had built an industrial empire from literally nothing, being told he wasn't sophisticated or skilled enough to understand a car. The sting of Enzo Ferrari's insult didn't just fester, it transformed into a powerful, unyielding declaration of war. Within a mere few months, Ferruccio made a decision that, to many, seemed almost absurdly ambitious, even reckless. He would build his own grand touring car. His goal was not merely to compete, but to create a vehicle demonstrably superior to anything Ferrari produced. Crucially, Ferruccio had no interest in motorsport, which he considered an expensive and ultimately pointless endeavor. His motivation was purely personal, to prove that a tractor manufacturer, a man dismissed as a mere farmer, understood luxury, performance, and engineering better than the great Enzo Ferrari himself. This was about vindication, not trophies. In May 1963, Automobili Lamborghini was officially founded in Sant'Agata Bolognese, a small unassuming town in the Emilia-Romagna region. The location was no accident. It was strategically chosen just a few miles from Ferrari's headquarters in Maranello. Ferruccio wanted Ferrari to witness his burgeoning success firsthand, a constant, visible reminder of his challenge. He immediately set about assembling a dream team of engineers, many of whom he shrewdly poached directly from Ferrari's own workshops. Giotto Bizzarini, the brilliant mind behind the legendary Ferrari 250 GTO engine, was brought in as Lamborghini's chief engineer. Gianpaolo Dallara, barely 30 years old, but already recognized for his exceptional talent, joined to develop the chassis. Paolo Stanzani completed this formidable technical triumvirate, forming the core of Lamborghini's early innovation. Their first creation, the Lamborghini 350 GT, made its highly anticipated debut at the 1964 Turin Auto Show. It was everything Ferruccio had promised and more. This was no crude, hastily assembled prototype. It was a refined grand tourer, exuding elegance and power. At its heart lay a magnificent 3.5-litre V12 engine, meticulously designed by Bizzarini, producing a formidable 280 horsepower. The 350 GT's luxurious interior, crafted with exquisite Italian artistry, and its impeccable build quality, immediately rivaled and in some aspects even exceeded Ferrari's offerings. The automotive press was utterly stunned. Here was a brand new manufacturer, born from a tractor empire, who had created a legitimate Ferrari competitor in a breathtakingly short 18 months. The car could reach a top speed of 254 kilometers per hour, placing it squarely in the performance territory of its established rival. This initial success was a powerful statement. It proved that Ferruccio Lamborghini was not just a man of ambition, but a man of action, capable of turning a personal slight into a world-class automotive enterprise. The 350 GT laid the groundwork, but Ferruccio wasn't satisfied with merely matching Ferrari. He yearned for something truly revolutionary, something that would unequivocally humiliate his rival. Ferruccio's ambition soared beyond mere competition. He wanted to redefine the supercar. In 1965, his brilliant young engineers, Gianpaolo Dallara and Paolo Stanzani, began experimenting with a radical concept, a mid-engine layout for a road car. While Ferrari had utilized mid-engine designs in their racing cars, Enzo considered them too impractical, too dangerous, and too unrefined for his discerning road car customers. Lamborghini, however, saw immense opportunity where Ferrari perceived only limitations. The prototype chassis, known internally as the P400, caused an absolute sensation when it was displayed at the 1965 Turin Auto Show. Even as a bare rolling chassis, devoid of bodywork, its transversely mounted V12 engine, positioned directly behind the driver, represented a complete and audacious reimagining of supercar architecture. It was a bold statement of intent. Now, Ferruccio needed someone to clothe this mechanical marvel in equally stunning bodywork. He turned to Carrozzeria Bertone, one of Italy's most prestigious design houses, renowned for its innovative and beautiful creations. The assignment fell to a designer so remarkably young that many questioned the choice. Marcello Gandini, then just 22 years old, was tasked with shaping Lamborghini's future. What Gandini created would become perhaps the most beautiful automobile ever made, a timeless icon of design. The Lamborghini Miura, named after a legendary breed of Spanish fighting bulls, was unveiled at the 1966 Geneva Motor Show. The reaction was unprecedented, a collective gasp of awe. Journalists, competitors, and potential customers stood in silent reverence before Gandini's masterpiece. The Miura's low, sensuous curves seemed to flow like liquid metal, an organic sculpture of speed. Its distinctive eyelashes, the way the headlights nestled into sculpted recesses, gave it an almost feline, predatory appearance. The rear haunches swelled with muscular purpose, hinting at the potent 350 horsepower V12 engine nestled between them. This wasn't just a car, it was a breathtaking piece of automotive art, a vision of the future. More importantly, the Miura wasn't just beautiful, it was blisteringly fast. It could reach an astonishing 170 miles per hour, instantly making it the fastest production car in the world. Ferrari had absolutely nothing to match it. Enzo Ferrari himself reportedly dismissed the Miura as merely a beautiful car built by a tractor maker, but his words rang hollow, devoid of their usual sting. The Miura had accomplished exactly what Ferruccio intended. It proved definitively that Lamborghini could out-engineer, out-design, and outperform the legendary Ferrari. The Miura transformed Lamborghini from an upstart curiosity into a serious, formidable force in the burgeoning supercar world. Between 1966 and 1973, nearly 800 Miuras were produced, each one meticulously hand-assembled in Sant'Agata, Bolognese. Celebrities, royalty, and the world's elite lined up to own one. Frank Sinatra famously drove a Miura. Miles Davis loved his so much, he featured it prominently on an album cover. The Shah of Iran, a connoisseur of fine automobiles, ordered several. The Miura had achieved something truly remarkable. It made Lamborghini undeniably cool in a way that Ferrari, for all its racing pedigree, couldn't quite replicate. Yet, even as the Miura reached its zenith, Marcello Gandini, the visionary designer, was already sketching something even more extreme, something that would push the boundaries of automotive design further than ever before. In 1971, Lamborghini unveiled the Countach prototype at the Geneva Motor Show, and the world was simply not ready. If the Miura had been revolutionary, the Countach appeared to be from another planet entirely. Gone were the Miura's flowing organic curves, replaced by a stark aggressive aesthetic of sharp angles, dramatic wedge shapes, and the now iconic scissor doors that opened vertically. This audacious design element would become Lamborghini's unmistakable signature, instantly recognizable worldwide. The name itself came from an expression of astonishment in the Piedmontese dialect. Countach roughly translates to "wow," or an unprintable exclamation of shock and awe. It was the perfect name for a car that looked like it had been designed by someone who had seen the future and decided to build it in the present. It was unapologetically bold, impractical, and utterly captivating. When the production version, the LP400, finally arrived in 1974, it featured a potent 375 horsepower V12 engine. Theoretically, it could reach an astounding 196 miles per hour, though few owners ever truly verified this claim on public roads. The Countach didn't just define the 1980s supercar aesthetic, it was the 1980s supercar aesthetic. Its poster hung in millions of bedrooms worldwide, a symbol of aspiration and raw power. It appeared in blockbuster movies, iconic music videos, and popular television shows, solidifying its status as the ultimate symbol of excess, wealth, and unbridled ambition. While Ferrari continued to build beautiful, fast, and technologically advanced cars, the Countach captured the cultural imagination in ways Ferrari simply couldn't replicate. It was outrageous, notoriously impractical, often difficult to drive, and absolutely gloriously unforgettable. But behind the scenes, even as its cars captivated the world, Automobili Lamborghini faced mounting challenges. Ferruccio, who had never particularly enjoyed the day-to-day complexities of the car business, he had built Lamborghini primarily to prove a point, not to run a car company indefinitely, made a significant decision. In 1974, he sold his stake in the company. The global oil crisis had severely devastated supercar sales, and at 60 years old, he yearned to retire to his tranquil vineyard, leaving the automotive world behind. The company then embarked on a tumultuous journey, passing through various owners over the following decades. It entered receivership, was briefly owned by a Swiss investor, then acquired by Chrysler Corporation in 1987, a move that brought American corporate structure to the Italian icon. This was followed by Indonesian interests in 1994, each ownership change bringing its own set of challenges and opportunities. Through all this financial and corporate turmoil, Lamborghini somehow continued its improbable existence, consistently producing extraordinary machines that defied expectations. The Diablo, launched in 1990, pushed the Countach's aggressive aesthetic even further, becoming a new benchmark for extreme design and performance. It was a fitting successor, maintaining the brand's wild spirit. The Murcielago, introduced in 2001 after the Volkswagen Group's Audi division acquired the company, marked a new era of stability and sophisticated engineering. Under Audi's meticulous German ownership, Lamborghini finally achieved the financial stability it had long craved, without sacrificing its outrageous, distinctively Italian character. This strategic acquisition provided the resources and technical expertise needed to propel Lamborghini into the 21st century. The Murcielago era also saw the arrival of a visionary leader who would profoundly shape Lamborghini's modern identity, Stefan Winkelmann. He became CEO in 2005, bringing a unique blend of German-Italian heritage, impeccable taste, and sharp business acumen. Winkelmann understood that Lamborghini's true value lay not in directly competing with Ferrari's storied racing heritage, but in embracing its role as the rebel, the wild, flamboyant alternative to Maranello's aristocratic restraint. Under Winkelmann's first tenure, Lamborghini launched the Gallardo, a more accessible baby Lambo that quickly became the company's best-selling model. This strategic move introduced the brand to a new, broader generation of buyers, significantly expanding its market reach. More controversially, he greenlit the Urus, an ultra-high-performance SUV that purists initially derided as sacrilege. However, the Urus proved to be a sales phenomenon, accounting for more than half of all deliveries and providing the crucial financial stability that funded the development of even more extreme supercars. It was a bold, successful gamble that secured Lamborghini's future. In 2011, Lamborghini introduced the Aventador, a spiritual successor to the Countach that would define the brand for the next decade. With its monstrous 700 horsepower V12 engine, a lightweight carbon fiber monocoque chassis, and unmistakably aggressive styling, the Aventador represented everything Lamborghini had learned in nearly 50 years of supercar production. Over its impressive 11-year production run, the Aventador evolved through numerous variants: the Roadster, the Super Veloce, the SVJ, each pushing performance boundaries further and further. When the final Aventador rolled off the Sant'Agata Bolognese production line in 2022, it marked the end of an era, the last pure, naturally aspirated V12 Lamborghini. What came next represented Lamborghini's biggest gamble since the Miura, a bold step into an electrified future. In 2024, the company unveiled the Revuelto, its first HPEV, high-performance electrified vehicle. The Revuelto masterfully pairs a formidable 6.5-litre V12 engine with 3 electric motors, producing an astonishing combined output of 1,001 horsepower. It's a car of many firsts for Lamborghini. The first to use an 8-speed dual-clutch transmission, the first with plug-in hybrid capability, and the first to seriously address the environmental concerns that increasingly threaten the future of traditional supercars. Stefan Winkelmann, who returned as CEO in 2020 after a successful stint at Bugatti, has been unequivocally clear about Lamborghini's electrification strategy. Unlike some competitors rushing headlong toward fully electric supercars, Lamborghini is taking a more measured, strategic approach. We do not think that in our segment the market will be ready in 2025 or 2026, Winkelmann stated, defending the decision to embrace hybrid technology while meticulously preserving the iconic V12 engine that enthusiasts demand and cherish. The Revuelto, soon to be followed by the hybrid V8 Temerario, represents Lamborghini's calculated bet that the future of supercars lies not in abandoning combustion engines entirely, but in augmenting them with powerful electric assistance. Today, in the expanded state-of-the-art factory at Sant'Agata Bolognese, skilled craftsmen and women meticulously assemble these hybrid marvels. Their techniques blend cutting-edge technology with traditional Italian craftsmanship, a testament to the brand's enduring philosophy. The recently inaugurated saddlery department, where skilled artisans hand-stitch luxurious leather interiors, perfectly exemplifies this unique blend of heritage and innovation. As Ranieri Nicoli, Lamborghini's chief manufacturing officer, eloquently explains, the saddlery department embodies a philosophy that unites a future increasingly hybrid, technological, and centered on human value. Ferruccio Lamborghini passed away in 1993 at the age of 76, long after selling his automotive company, but never losing his profound passion for engineering and innovation. He spent his final decades making wine at his beautiful estate, tinkering with machinery, and occasionally reflecting on the incredible empire he'd built from a moment of wounded pride. He never reconciled with Enzo Ferrari, who died in 1988, and he never particularly cared to. The point had been made, definitively and permanently. The rivalry that began with a seemingly trivial complaint about clutches evolved into one of the automotive world's most defining and captivating narratives. Ferrari and Lamborghini became symbols of fundamentally different philosophies. Ferrari representing racing pedigree, deep tradition, and aristocratic exclusivity. Lamborghini embodying rebellion, outrageous design, and the triumph of pure ambition over established order. Ferrari owners often appreciate heritage and track performance. Lamborghini owners want to be noticed, to make an undeniable statement, to drive something that looks like it escaped from a science fiction film. In the end, Ferruccio Lamborghini's revenge succeeded beyond anything he could have possibly imagined that fateful day in 1963. He didn't just build cars that competed with Ferrari. He created an entire brand with its own distinct identity, its own fiercely loyal following, and its own indelible place in automotive mythology. The Raging Bull emblem that proudly adorns every Lamborghini, inspired by Ferruccio's zodiac sign Taurus and his deep love of Spanish bullfighting, has become as iconic and recognizable as Ferrari's prancing horse. The greatest revenge, they say, is success. And what sweeter success could there be than transforming a tractor manufacturer's wounded pride into one of the most desirable, aspirational, and instantly recognizable automotive brands on Earth? Every time a Lamborghini roars past, its scissor doors dramatically raised to the sky, its angular bodywork gleaming in the sun, it serves as a powerful reminder that sometimes the best response to an insult isn't a clever retort. It's building something so extraordinary that the insult itself becomes the very foundation of a legend. From that first clutch complaint to today's 1,000-horsepower hybrids, Lamborghini's story remains what it has always been: irrefutable proof that passion, unparalleled skill, and an unyielding desire to prove the doubters wrong can create something truly magnificent. Ferruccio Lamborghini set out to build a better car than Ferrari. Instead, he built an eternal rival, a cultural icon, and a legacy that will outlive everyone who ever questioned whether a tractor maker belonged in the exclusive world of supercars. What an incredible journey, right? From a simple tractor to a raging bull that redefined supercars. If you loved diving into this epic tale of rivalry, innovation, and pure automotive passion, then you absolutely need to hit that like button right now. Subscribe to our channel for more incredible stories from the world of cars, engineering, and legendary rivalries. And tell us in the comments below which Lamborghini is your all-time favorite and why. We can't wait to hear your thoughts.